Hello everyone and welcome to Phoenix Gaming. We are rocking a game of Terraforming Mars right now. Good old 4-player Tharsis drafting. We don't draft at the beginning though. Okay. This doesn't have anything that's like super standout. Obviously, like this is a kind of map where the gardener and the mayor really matter a lot. We don't have a ton of support for that. Interplanetary is mostly interesting if you have a ton of steel that you can use. And I guess we could like fire off a Martian rails early, but like that's not the most exciting. So I'm leaning pretty heavily towards Valley Trust here. Just get some random bennies along the way there. And then I like having large convoy eventually. Subterranean is fine. This is super speculative on getting science tags, of which I'm starting with none. Not a whole lot else here is super standing out at me. I can kick off with like tons of power, but this is not the right map for a gazillion power. So Polar Industries is going to give us some victory points. I guess we're just kind of on the rush victory points plan here right now. I don't normally like biosphere support too much, so I think I'm just going to take these resources, even though I don't have a ton of use for them. And I don't want to take these negative points without any specific plans for them, so we're just going to jam this small hand and see how that goes. Yeah, nothing else here. They're all mediocre. I mean, all these cards are fine in their like niche instances, but I think we're just at the whim of the draft at this stage, and we'll keep a couple extra cards. We are versus Ecoline, Inventrix, and Saturn Systems. Always scary to see Saturn Systems in play. Always scary to see Ecoline. Inventrix drawing 3 randoms off the top as well. Oh, as Research Network, so 3 and 3 randoms. So I guess they'll be at 10 cards or something. And an early settlement to get them started on that race right there. Good location for it, but obviously not a whole lot else benefits in terms of that. Great Aquifer is really good. We're sad to see that because we wanted to be able to grab spots with Polar Industries. He's going to get the 2-card one and then probably also this titanium one, which is pretty... Oh, he gets the steel one instead. That's super interesting for Saturn Systems to not take the titanium one. And then he played Orbital Construction Yard, so maybe he just has too much titanium already? I'm not quite sure. All right, we'll go ahead and grab the titanium ourselves because the 2 plants are not really going to help us too much. Dump those here. And yeah, we're going to be doing maybe some standard projects, maybe just a very early pass. I guess I should have considered taking small animals with large convoy. They're only at half ratio, but something I should have thought about at least. Looks like we have another city here and dome farming. So that's a kickoff. That's a nice one for Ecoline. That's a really good matchup in terms of like they need extra money and everything like that. A nuclear zone here presses out a very quick shoot up here for red. We'll get into the heat territory right here. Thanks to the movement on temperature that we put up earlier. Artificial photosynthesis here, probably for some energy. It's not generally worth it to take one plant. And we're going to draw some random prelude. We do want to draw random cards here. Wouldn't be too mad at Smelting Plant, but 3 points and a card is sort of a no-brainer for what we're doing so far. Immigration Shuttles is great fun for us here because we have no game plan, and this lets us dump all of our titanium immediately. We are getting on immigration shuttles before we get sabotaged or anything like that. Not that I think it's likely anyone will sabotage us turn 1, but like we're not playing a whole lot else. So I think getting 5 income right now is not a bet. This is not a card that I love a ton, but getting 5 income right now rather than like dilly-dallying with like other stuff we don't really care about. Like we're not going to be competing very well for anything else in this moment. I guess the thing that we're closest to competing for is gardener. Like we could just standard project out some gardens. Yeah, another thing I like about Swifty's start, by the way, with this city here is usually as Ecoline, you might have this challenge of having to play plants in locations where you don't really want to. They have already 4 builder tags out as Ecoline, which is pretty funny. Makes me kind of wonder what their other starting card was, and they do a really nice drop of that mining rights to get some titanium and some money, which makes a ton of sense here. Pretty good metal production for an Ecoline player. This is a great stat line right here. Tectonic stress power. Wow. Oh, because of research network. Wow, that's pretty good. We see some. I must have missed the play of the industrial microbes earlier. And I'm realizing that I'm a little zoomed in here. You can't quite see the left side of my board. Let me just that's because everything accidentally has been moved over. There we go. Apologies for that. Hopefully that cleans it up a little bit. So here we're Rockin' Valley Trust, Polar Industries, Metal Rich. I think I am going to do this subterranean reservoir right now. It's +1 income, which is like really not that much, but I'll drop this here. Our opponents, if they're playing greeneries, are going to be like playing them over here. So I might be able to be the one who gets to take advantage of this kind of central thing. Getting the 2 plants now has a really good chance they'll just get blown up, but like really people should be targeting Ecoline. And I think there's a good argument for me to have just not played that lake at all. But I don't have a huge game plan here, so I don't want to speculate on whatever I'm going to draw in the next hand. So just dropping for the extra income, getting those early victory points is going to be our focus here. A tardigrade's open with Ecoline. I love me some tardigrades more than I really should. They're not super strong, but oh boy. What a flop. I mean, I don't think we can pass Ganymede Colony because it's both a city and Jupiter stuff. Saturn Systems is far away from us. If Ecoline wants to play IO mining here, I think that's fine. they can just do that. Went from a hand of just hate drafting to cards that we'd all be perfectly content to play. Demos down here just being something huge for us to do kind of out of nowhere. Which would also give us a heat production, which is a little bit more relevant because we have some heat production. And we go before Swifty, so we can do some serious damage with that 8 heat, or the 8 plants, if this is the only card we end up drafting. Bushes is a very good card, but it's going to be a while before we play it. And then Convoy, I mean, it just gives us random cards, but I think we're going to look at the exciting Demos down option. Ants here is kind of interesting because we can just... wow, what did Watrock take over Ironworks? I mean, he must already have something for that 5 energy. Wow, we got past ore processor too? Jeez, okay, I'm very confused. Very curious to see what Watrock will do with all that because I missed out on some energy usage here. So if we take only Demos down, we can play it, like right now. Whereas Ants is going to be able to eat some tardigrades and probably generate something like 2 points. I think we're just going to do the one and done, though. Let's just do our nasty damage. It's pretty rude, but I think Ecoline is a scary faction. And slapping them early minimizes the fear. Je suis drops a underground city. That seems fine. It's a lot of metal production going around this game. And an invention contest, which is a little bit of a shame. It's a good card for us. We're going to drop Demos down here. We don't really care what the order is. I do appreciate how quickly my opponents are playing. They're playing faster than I am, probably. We are done for the round. And we need something to like drop these dumb steel on. Standard project here is going to be probably, looks like the ocean, getting a couple of these plants back and some money. That's a Kind of disappointing for them. Realizing they only have 3 cards in hand. The other players have a lot of cards in hand. So might just be a reflection of not having anything huge to do. We're not too mad at it because we might set up a little structure around here if we've got nothing to do and we're just playing standard projects, I guess. Could play like a greenery right here. And at the very least, we've got the most money income at 34 right now compared to 25, 23, and 23. Although if we count like Jesuis's money from here, this is another 6, 12. So they're at 35. So pretty good income on their side. And then, of course, Ecoline's got some nice income structure. Okay, Steelworks here certainly explains that. That's a pretty nice setup there. Makes sense that he would have gone ahead and played all these energy cards in the first round. I do wonder how many of these were rando drawn of those 6 cards off the top there. That's pretty interesting. And a research coordination is going to ensure that just about everybody can play just about everything. Looks like they're all kind of competing-ish on the builder tag thing. So we do want to make their lives more difficult, and we want to use our 8 steel. So I don't think a lot of builder things are going to go our way, but we should consider taking them a little bit more highly than we normally would to make that happen. Let's see what we got. Domed Crater is interesting for the reasons we just mentioned. Worms is not so interesting. Nitrogen-rich asteroid is pretty solid, although there are just not a lot of green tags. I mean, Ecoline with research coordination is already there, so hopefully they don't pass it all the way around. But we are going to take Domed Crater here. Tropical Resort here is good for us in the long run because we're going to want to divest from heat at some point. We like those points. I'm not playing Power Supply Consortium. Investment Loan is also speculative in the long term. I think I'm going to take Tropical Resort. Media Group pays itself back if I play 3 events. I've only got really 1 event lined up here. I'd love to use this Quantum Extractor, but we've drawn no science and have no speculation to make science really a reality. I think I'll just take the Quantum Extractor. It doesn't really matter. No. Oh, I should have not done that. All right. Indentured Workers is interesting. We could like kind of rush something out. So what do we have? 30. We have enough money to standard project and place this Dome Crater if that's what we want to do. It's a really expensive Dome Crater for 3 plants, 4 plants. It's not quite enough plants. I'm just wondering if I should be taking these Indentured Workers or not. I think my turn this turn is literally just standard project greenery. Let's see. If I did greenery and aquifer, that's 2341. That's not going to happen. I think I'm just standard project greenery right here. So if we take these, do I take this too? I don't know. I don't like taking the negative victory points. I've been convinced lately that I should take that card more seriously, but clearly I have not been convinced enough. We're going to go here so that we can place a city up here. I guess our opponents can do the same thing, whatever. I think we're still doing this. I think we're done. I guess like there's an argument to be made for like putting out the Tropical Resort right now, because it's like a slight improvement in production. I don't think so though. I think we're just going to be done. Is that another standard project ocean? Sure is. Sure is. Does that get them to 7 though? It does. So that makes a lot more sense. And they can play here on Pavanis Mons. A lot of metal over here for Ecoline. And they'll have tardigrade stuff going on. Watrock here. This is gonna get pushed like crazy between the Steelworks and Ecoline and me putting some greens in play. It's gonna get pushed like crazy. So heat's already going up quite a bit, and our lakes are almost all in play. I mean, he is, as it usually is, going to be the primary detractor, but It's a fair amount of heat movements early. I guess part of it is I dropped Demos. That's half of it. So maybe overstating the significance here. Je suis just ruining my life with the design microorganisms, which we would have loved to have had. That would have been good for us. We missed the mining area placement here by Inventrix. Oh, sure, this location right there. We passed tardigrades. We're done. Now we're last this next turn, which I'm not excited about. I'd love to get a chance to get the Dome Creator in play first. We really want to draw something that gives us some decent energy production, but we, of course, have discarded things like Heat Trappers, which are actually unplayable, and energy tapping. I should have kept energy tapping. I think I'm too averse to the negative victory point ones. This is something I need to keep in mind here. Watchrock here is going to go ahead and Cupola City into the nice spot that Swifty set up for them, which makes total sense, and I set up for them as well, so I should not just cast Dispersions elsewhere, but I do think that this other... I guess they wanted the 2 plants for this, so it makes fair sense. But I think that if I was in Swifty's place, I would have done spent the $5 extra for this, so that you get the 2 plants that way. So they would have 2 greeneries. That would have been how I would have approached that, rather than dropping this ocean into play. I guess it's possible they have kelp farming and they want to play kelp farming next turn. That could be a thing. Oh, toll station. Just 2 though? That's pretty pathetic. So yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of set up red in some way because now they're straddled here. Although this is not the ideal straddle. You want the kind of diagonal straddle so you can put 2 granaries in between your guys instead of just 1. But if you can get a free victory point, why not, right? That's fine. I'll take some victory points, I guess. Rover construction is actually kind of appealing too. Pays itself back more. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we really care about any of these that much. It's already turn 4. I don't think I want to play any of them. I guess this adjacent to a city tile. I guess this could kind of do some cute stuff just for the placement bonus. It just wasn't what I had in mind, but I did say I wanted energy. Mineral deposit seems like a little bit... Well, I guess we get mineral deposit for the Dome Crater. Yeah, we got enough things that we can actually use all the steel. That's a tough choice. I think actually I'm going to go with the mineral deposit. I think the amount of money that it ends up saving me is roughly what the space mirror is going to be doing for me. Don't need the CEO's project. I think the industrial center. Do I need access to 2 quick plants? By playing out here. It's not bad, but is it worth 7? I guess we also haven't done any of these. There's a decent chance that I want to put a little bit of effort, a little bit of pressure on Landlord since Red's got that. It's 36 if I do this. Sure, we'll buy 3. Down to 31. 20 if we standard project. Rover construction coming in as well as algae for Swifty. Algae here pretty nice given the quick speed at which we put out the lakes in play. Although we have 6, they didn't need the 6th one, so maybe they just got algae this turn rather than last turn. I feel like last turn you would have just played it, right? Immigrant City coming in. Oh, and maybe I missed a Mars U earlier. It's this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I forget if this counts. I guess 6, 7 it says 8 early settlement. So they can fund Builder when they're ready. No real pressure there, and also they've got Mayor, so 2 funds for Watchrock there. So So Watchrock is probably in the leading position. We are 5 blips away from terraforming and 2 greeneries away. Kind of wondering if I'm supposed to just like standard project to greenery right now. Let's delay. Skip second action. Yeah, we would have liked another event or two to do some shenanigans. Actually, I guess I can large convoy. Maybe I should be doing large convoy and dropping these plants into play. Ocean and greeneries. So they're going to be able to essentially next turn like greenery and go. So if I can't essentially set up at the end of this round, because I'll beat them in turn order next turn, to take an action and then immediately claim, I'm in trouble. I don't think there's any way I'm getting, let's see, if I did this, I would get 2. I would also get the greenery. Yeah, now I'm actually regretting taking this pile of cards here because I didn't think about this large convoy option. But also I'm going to not be able to play this domed crater in just a second. Maybe I even nerf myself and I can't play the domed crater. That's that's pretty special. Is there anywhere I really care about playing it, though? Not especially. Med Labs. Swifty's definitely going to be done. I think I think it's more important for me to get Gardener than it is to play Dome Crater. I'll have wasted a whole bunch of effort and money, and I'll need to find something else to do with these dumb steel that I've collected. I shouldn't have taken these 2 cards. Well, learn your lessons too slow. I just got distracted by stuff that I normally like and think is good. This seems reasonable. Let's draw 2 cards. Gain 5 plants. And convert. Here. Most bennies. Benny, 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 Benny. And that's that. Now we're in threat of 2 claims. Red goes first next turn, though. I don't think there's any way that they're gonna derp around and let us miss that. And we still need to take the first action to get something. I think we can't play any of this stuff. I think this is all kind of a dud. I guess we get an industrial center like this right here. Is that good? Yeah, I think it is. I could fund an award. Is there anything I care about? Thermalist, miner, banker? No, I'm like bad at all these things. All right. Pets is always fun, but we have a lot of cities in play already. If I still had that stupid transport from Earth, it'd be a lot more interesting. Victory points. I'm not even sure if I'm going to take this, but don't think I want to play either of these. I guess it's not bad to like force jam the oxygen. I don't know. I guess part of the Callisto thing is also just not passing it to Je suis. Unplayable and nearly unplayable. Cool. We're just going to take this card for its cheap victory point conversion. I don't think I would take that card if I wasn't playing Valley Trust, but the $2 extra there, sure. Let's do it. All right, Dome Crater is toast for us because we nuked ourselves. Our very first priority this turn is getting one terraforming or a greenery and claiming an objective. Watchrock, if they're paying attention, should claim 2 objectives right now, Builder and Mayor. They don't. That's a huge mistake on their part. Now I get to decide whether I want Watchrock to have, right? So I can claim Gardener or Terraformer and leave the other one for Swifty to claim. Like if I want to take, if I take Terraformer, I can let Swifty take Gardener, which will leave Watchrock with just 1 milestone. So I have to decide which of these players I think is more of a threat. We've got 2 3 points here. I think that's it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, just 3 basically. 3 points here, 3 points. So they're both pretty much the same there. 1, 2, 3 points in play, 1, 2 points in play. Big production. They're kind of the same. I actually think that I actually want to leave Swifty with one of the things, and then I don't have to do a greenery. I can do a greenery. It's not a bad idea to do a greenery, but I can also just do an asteroid instead, because I think I want the game to end pretty quickly. And if I have some extra money on hand, rather than spending 23, I can actually play Phobos Space Haven here. I think I like this. Am I right? 22, and then I'll like discard some cards. Yeah, let's do this. Milestone Terraformer. And then I'll probably end up basically discarding, I think there's no way I'm playing Interstellar, Domed Crater, and Symbiotic Fungus, and I can jam out Phobos Space Haven. That seems reasonable. You're welcome, Swifty. And Watchrock coming a little bit late to the party. Shooting themselves in the foot for those 5 points. So we'll see if it was a mistake. I basically, at the low cost of $8, let Swifty claim the milestone rather than Watchrock. So we had control over that. But Watchrock was the one who really punted it. I mean, Swifty shouldn't have had the opportunity even in the first place. This is part of the problem with getting distracted by playing too many cards, which I think is a little bit what happened with Watchrock here. Can't say I haven't made that mistake before. Can't say I'm not even looking at cards in my hand that I'm getting rid of that I've paid for. But we are in Gen 5. I don't think we're looking at it. There's just way too much heat left for us to have a Gen 6. I'm hoping for Gen 7 though, but this is a long way to go and we don't have any heat producers at our table. I'm sure that the oxygen is going to get up there. So I don't know. I might end up going to 8, which is not ideal for us. We want the game to end on turn 7 because we've got friggin' nothing in play. All right, let's do the thing. 1, 2, 3. Yes, congratulations. Okay. Yeah, now we're just sort of turning gears into playing points and pushing heat. We might literally just be standard project asteroiding. It's pretty bad. That's not really a space you want to be in this game. That's pretty good. Pretty funny. There's a decent city site in play that's worth 2 points, I guess. That's another thing to entertain. But, you know, oh, there it goes. One of these will probably also be worth 2 points. But like 2 asteroids is almost that, and it pushes the game closer. So we're probably just doing that rather than cities. Also, cities help our opponents because they've got their little rover constructions and things like that. guess there's an argument to be made that the city helps us because of our immigration shuttles. What do we do? What did I miss? Standard project. Increase. Grass. Grass is what's getting played here. I don't generally like to play grass unless it gives me enough greenery to do something immediately, especially going last in the following turn. But Deimos is gone. Great Ice Asteroid is like unplayable. Not unplayable, but pretty bad to play it where you only get to play one water. Playing it before drawing your card off restricted area is definitely a mistake, though. Well, we're not playing water. Gene Repair is not playable yet, but it could be. I think we're going to speculate on this rather than take Sabotage. I was just talking about this. This lets us do the Gene Repair thing. We can fund Scientist. Can actually be a science person out of friggin' nowhere. We're going second. We're going to get this lake in play. Oh, is it -6? It's not -6. It's close. Really speculative, though. If anybody plays any lakes, this card is just a waste of $2. But if I can get this into play and use these stupid steel, I guess I don't need to use the steel because I'm going to tropical resort them later. But it's nice victory points. It's 2 victory points if I can pull it off. 2 victory points if I can pull it off. Yeah, it's just a speculation. It's probably a waste. Actually, I guess I don't need to take it even. I could just take this SF Memorial instead. Do I want that? $10 for a point in a card? I guess that doesn't feel exciting. This puts me at 34. 30 for this. I do have this extra mineral deposit, so I should take one of these. 20, 11, 22. At least both? Full speculate? Full speculate. Let's do it. It's probably dumb. We're doing it for YouTube, so you can yell at me later. Get some greeneries in play. Are you blue? Down here in the corner? Sure. Makes sense. There's so much metal that's being not used here. Oh, them funding miner there is a bummer for us. We were actually going to fund with our first action there. Okay, I think we're going to standard project then. And we're going to bump the heat. Whatever. I guess we weren't going to fund Scientist with Inventrix having 4, but we want them to fund it. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very, Inventrix can't fund Landlord. Inventrix should fund Scientist, and then we can come in and get maybe second place, maybe tie for first place or whatever. But, I mean, they've got 7 cards in hand. They're probably still locked for it. So I guess we weren't going to fund Scientists. We just were sad to see it happen because Miner is bad for us. Standard project. A couple points there. Sure. An immigrant city doing work this game. Honestly, so is our immigration shuttles. What's it at now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Speak of the devil. That is a very good urbanized area. Hoo-wee, did he leave that wide open right there. Yikes. And he gets away with the greenery. Well done. I'm not regretting my choice to block Watch Rock earlier. Didn't get a heat increase, but no one's done lakes. We have just enough money to do the artificial lake. We can go here or here. I guess at this stage, we do ironically want the steel if we are able to put Artificial Lake into play. Aerobraked Ammonia Asteroid. Not a very exciting card. Olympus Conference. Sure. All right, let's do the thing. Oh, I'm $1 short. I'm $1 short. We screwed up. Oh, that's very, very disappointing. We need to dilly-dally. And hope Watchrock bumps the heat for us. And no one plays any lakes. Yeah, I needed to count that earlier and just realized that I wasn't taking, like, when I was saying one of these, it actually was just one of them. Robotic Workforce does not look like a heat bump. Cancels his move. Oh, an Earth Catapult. Sure, that's a pretty late Earth Catapult. Tech Demo. Just taking all of our science cards. That's pretty good with triggering the Olympus Conference. Love that. Okay. I guess we're going to delay with this. Yep. Skip our second action. Herbivore is not terribly good for us. Hey, there are those bushes we passed earlier. We're still live on the lake. Bump the heat, please. Discards a card. Uh-oh. I don't like that because they can outweight us for sure. Oh, there's livestock. Okay. I see. I'm going to discard a card. We need that heat bump. Give us that heat bump. Normally they should just play one action at a time. They gotta skip it away. All right, well, we're gonna put Trans Neptune in play. Skip second action. I guess we're first next turn, so it's like at this point it actually really doesn't matter. I didn't need to be cute about this. Hey, but we'll take the one extra income. Boop. We don't care about plants because we make no plant income. We're just sitting at a very awkward 4. Going to 5 would be just as awkward. Don't think... What am I going to go to 7 one more turn after that? Yeah, I don't want to bump the Tropical Resort yet. And I don't think it helps me to play Breathing Filters. So we're done. Virus is always fun. I don't think we care about anything else here. Sure, we'll take the virus. All our lakes are out. We're probably capping oxygen this turn between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heat. And we've already played... one's going to do anything with this, right? We've already played... Why am I losing my train of thought here? Demos down and nuclear zone. Do I even want this virus? Sure. I think Swifty is pretty dangerous. Yeah, I might virus Swifty just to slow them down. Maybe I just wait until the last turn, figure it out then if it's actually worthwhile. Doesn't help me much to slow them down this turn, I think. Maybe it does. Because then they don't get an oxygen depending on what happens. Let's do it. I think Swifty's in good position. Actually, there's livestock. I should kill livestock. I should just wait is what I'm learning here. I don't think we're funding any of these awards. We're not Thermalisty, although, yeah, we're definitely not Thermalisty. We're not Scientisty. We're not Bankery. We're not the Landlord. Yeah, we're none of the things. We just want the game to end so that the points that we accrued earlier make a difference. And we've got better points on our cards probably than most players. We're sitting at +9 points here. It's pretty good for the very few cards that we played. Scientist coming in here. We've got 4 and 3, and I've got 2, but obviously now we're definitely playing our pieces out. Kind of wondering if I should play them now for the gene repair. Should I take the last oxygen bump here? Does the game end? Actually, could fund Thermalist. That's pretty funny. If the game ended this turn, but 4 bumps, I don't think it's going to happen. We're first. Our greenery goes in a sad spot. Oh, yeah, it goes in a very sad spot. We can't play greenery. Cool. Let's just keep threatening the end of the game here. We need 11, and 11 makes 22, down to 5, and then I don't have enough money to end it by myself. So it's not going to end if we don't want it to. Birds, more virus targets. Guess, yeah, we can figure out whoever we want to target. So we should start figuring out what this looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, something like that. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like 8 points. So +3 for red. They're tied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're tied? They tied? Is that what I just counted? That would be pretty absurd. Yeah, I mean, we're still going to threaten, right? I guess there's... if the only advantage, I guess, of doing that was that Watch Rock could push the heat. I should have probably not done that because I'll have so much heat next turn that I actually want to use the 8 heat. I probably shouldn't have actually increased this because I want to be able to use those 8 heat, and I'm last in turn order, so there's a good chance someone else will just kind of end the game. So I really shouldn't push it anymore, I guess is what I'm saying. And I should have done these 9, 10, which I can't do now. That would have been smarter. Okay. Duly noted. That's a big robotic force there. Thermalist, miner, scientist. Oh, you did fund thermalist. Well, I guess we're not using our heat then. So I must have missed that. It's a pretty significant thing to miss. I'm really fine with the game ending this turn. I don't think it's going to. And we're not going to spend our heat because of the thermalist thing. So actually, I am going to push it one more time rather than passing. It's $1 extra. It's a point that I can get now rather than letting someone get it next turn. Solar wind power. The production on Je Suis is out of control. However, I think they have forgotten to score points. Especially when you're playing something like imported GHG at this stage of the game. Chaos bounds. All right, more asteroids. We didn't pull it off. I think if the game had ended this turn, we 100% win. Because we're just too many points ahead. Although, what did I say? They had like 13 points in play here. We've only got like 2. So actually, it's really close. But I think my board of points is a little bit better. But us going for another turn is quite bad. Although, I've got 6 points in hand. I think we might still be okay. Look at all this junk. That's a late comment. Actually, who am I passing to? I don't know if I can pass insects. Half a thing? Yeah, it's too late to draw cards anyway. Oh, Miranda Resort coming in from Je Suis here. That's a victory point. I don't think it really matters. Being able to steal 2 steel, though, might be a surprise snatch of a miner if Swifty decides to spend some resources. So let's spec that. I'm really gonna end the game with 4 plants. That's awful. All right. What are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we said there was like 1 in here. 8. Yeah, I think they're really pretty quite close to each other. Although this is, it's only really, it's plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he did not do this last time. Oh, he doesn't have that. Okay, I think that Swifty is ahead of Watrock by a little bit. Although that's actually not true. Watrock has scientist. Just scientists. I guess he could be threatening Thermalist here. It's pretty notable. Oh, you went for it. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Did you get all that? Oh, because it comes in from his energy. I see. That is fair. Makes lots of sense. Let's just slowly play out our things. I've not really commented too much on Je Suis's game because I think he's just very, very far behind. It's got no board presence. Yes, he's got some of these things funded, but there's just not enough points on cards here to make a big difference. So Saturn systems can be very scary, but this was not that version of Saturn systems. Chasma Park here. It's pretty good for the birds. Ugh, I really do need to get it correct who I need to target, I guess. So we're going to do another round of counting. It's riveting stuff. God, do I hate countable games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Oh, anti-grav. All right, we're going to say it's Watch Rock because it's 3 points, 3, 4, 6. And Ecological Zone they just played? Is that what they just played? So that's like 7, 8, 9. All right, we're going to definitely say it's Watch Rock. Is the main competitor. Space here. Yeah, we'll stick with it. Plus it's Napoleon, right? You got to make Napoleon lose. Getting pretty risky there with the oh, did he just literally pass it to Swifty? 8, 11, 9, 10, 11. Oh, they tie if no one spends anything else. Didn't love to see that in the sense that I wanted J Suisse to keep all of the metal and then Swifty to get into the situation where he said, well, I should spend some of mine. That would make it possible for me to steal the power out from underneath. Discard 7 cards. I guess there's one more card left that they're playing. Heather. I guess that gets them another greenery, so the math there works out really nicely. Good job, Swifty. Electro Catapult. Sure, yeah. Activate your cards. That makes sense. J Suisse gonna probably play out their last card here. Be done. Definitely nervous about Watch Rock doing some thermalist shenanigans. Ooh, a research. Research is pretty nice. Pretty sad for us. We would have loved to get that research. So we're not even second place in the science. I think we might be in trouble. I was feeling pretty confident a moment ago. Nice. Greenhouses play for 10 greenery. J Suisse actually playing out some absolute powerhouses at this stage. We are going to remove animals from livestock that has 2 on it already. Livestock that has 2 on it already. Tropical Resort would cost us 9, 19. Trying to figure out if I can like play greenery or something. Just for the point. It would literally be 1 point. And there's nowhere for playing a city for 2 points. Yep. Although, it's a really good chance Swifty's... Oh, no. Swifty's got up here. So, up here. We're getting at the end here. Yeah, we got to decide whether we think that Watch Rock has something cute, right? So if we nuke our heat production 9, right? So we'll either be at 11 versus 8, but they could get like a couple more if they have something going on, right? There's not a ton of things that are going to give multiple heat enough for them to overtake that gap. But if I have the 2 extra heat, it's like basically uncoverable. But this is 2 points. And I don't think anything else I'm doing is more than 2 points. Yeah. Looks like I'm not going to be able to surprise Swifty because they're slow rolling appropriately. They have 9 to my 4 here. I still might just steal their steal. Just 'cause I can use it. Yeah, let's do it. Having them not tie with Je Suis is worth it, I think. Or maybe I'm downplaying Je Suis's position too much, but we can see. I just don't think that they have enough points on cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that, plus 79, 10, 11, 12, something like that. Yeah, I think they're not up there. Although they're great on these awards, they're first in Thermalist, first in Minor. Yeah, maybe I am done playing their position. Let's find out. It'd be very funny if I came in last. There it is. GHG Factories puts them to 12 over my 11. There's nothing to be done about it. Bummer. All right. That is what it is. I think we are in trouble. Does 23 do anything for us? Doesn't. So we need to standard project a greenery first. Someone playing a standard project, someone playing a city? It's possible, I guess. I'm just worried about playing here. Giving someone 2 points, but... I guess I don't need the money. I'm leaving myself too much money. And the greenery I don't care about either. So I should just do something more conservative. Yeah, that's wiser. 4, 6, 8, 9, 5, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Last revision. I take this too. There we go. Solved it. So now we're at 9. 9 to their 9. Now, can you get another one? Maybe not. Might have just got ourselves 2 points that way. Eh? I guess it's a maybe 2 points versus the Tropical Resort is a definite 2 points. So I should still play the Tropical Resort. Predators. That's pretty good with viral enhancers and eco zones and birds to eat and stuff like that. I think Watrock might have this in the bag. If they don't win, it'll be because they didn't claim their milestones earlier. Which will be a hard lesson to learn. But a good lesson to learn. All right, we'll take the guaranteed 2 points. I guess I should save as much as possible to prevent Swifty from playing anything. There we go. I guess coins is a tiebreaker. Whatever, we'll still do this. They discard their last card, so definitely not using their metals. Now just the process of waiting. Very green looking board from here. But this is very red looking. This is a very good red board. Earth Catapult, Anti-Grav. Yeah, that's a lot of good stuff there. It really seemed to come together throughout the course of the game because they played like 4 pretty like normal-ish cards, right? Cards that I wouldn't say are like backbreaking or anything. At the beginning of the game, out of the like 10 cards that they had, 6 of which were random draws. So yeah, it definitely feels like the game plan came together very well for them throughout the course of the game, which is pretty fun. Final greenery placements. All right, so we Virus 2 points away from Watchrock. We Raiders 3 points away from Swifty. Did other mean things. Yeah, we Demos down Swifty. We were pretty mean this game. Pretty mean. And I think this still isn't going to work, which makes sense. I think being mean in this game is generally not too beneficial. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of points for red. Oh, no! Well, the points that we took away definitely felt correct. All of our times that we targeted felt pretty good. 1 point. No. Yeah, they got us with the freaking GHG factories or whatever it was. Is there a way I could have stopped that? Was I supposed to take more heat stuff and prevention in the second to last turn? I can't remember. Well, there we have it. Oh, well, thanks for watching.